Hi, and welcome to Pillow Talk with Angela. Wow, I am getting ready to introduce you to someone who you've seen for years. So it's not really an introduction, maybe a reintroduction, but I have not seen my girl in years. So I'm so excited about this. She and her mom have started this amazing business together. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the whole entrepreneurship, especially doing it with your mom. That's got to be so much fun. I remember her. I know I'm keeping it so mysterious. Donna Richardson from back in the day. Remember Buns of Steel? She's a fitness guru, and I mean, she still has the body of life. Well, she's doing big things. She's never stopped. She still looks incredible. She is incredible, and she is here with her mom. We're all going to pillow talk together. Don't be nervous. It's something you can talk about in front of your mom. Please welcome Donna Richardson and Mama Laverne. Welcome.
Hi, it's so good to see you.
Oh my goodness, you look so good. What is your secret? Wow.
What is your secret? As you mature, Black women, we just get finer. We just, we don't age.
I like that. I can look at your mom and tell the same thing. She looks amazing.
81 years old.
Ah, nice to meet you, Mama Laverne.
Nice meeting you, Angela.
You know what? I'm so proud of you too. I am the proud owner of my very own Mama Laverne's chicken seasoning, waffle, and pancake mix. Now, I'm a pescatarian, Donna, as you know, but as you were telling me, I could use this on all kinds of things, veggies, all that stuff. I'm going to talk to you about your product, how you guys started. I know you've been in Essence and all over the place. But first, this is Pillow Talk with Angela. So let's pillow talk a little bit. We talk about relationships, communication, how people can do things better. Now, I don't know if you saw what's been going around social media lately. It's a little crazy to me, but this young lady, cute couple, African-American couple, invites her boyfriend to the park. Looks like it was Central Park or something. And she had all of her friends and family around. Girlfriend had this cute little dress on, got down on one knee with a ring and proposed to the man. He wasn't ready. You could kind of tell his body language was like, it didn't go well.
I didn't get to see that, Angela, and that's because someone hacked my social media. So I have not been on social media for 1 week. And Mom, what do you think about that? A woman proposing to a man. I think it's okay. I'm more old school on that. Well, each his own. It goes both ways. Okay. Love is shared. Okay. Love can propose both ways. You know that. Okay. Well, and I'm not
judging. I like that.
To the man, to the woman, but y'all are in the new age. Y'all, anything goes.
Okay, right. Mama. I like that. I like that response. What do you think, Donna?
I would say if that makes that person happy and that's what they felt they wanted to do, go for it. I don't judge. I personally would not do it. So, but I'm not going to knock anyone else that has made a choice to do it.
I like that. I like that a lot. You know what? Love is love. Those of you who are in the comments, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. Isabella, that is my girl. She is here from Dubai. Oh my goodness. Wow. Isabella, what do you think on this topic? Do you think, is it cool? Would you propose to a guy? And Mark, hey, Mark, very nice. Hello. So Mark, what do you think? If a woman proposed to you that you were in love with, would you feel like that took the wind out of your sails? What do you think? Wallace, hi. What do you, your dream? I don't know if I'm his dream or if Donna his dream or Mama Laverne is his dream. You got 3 queens on here tonight.
So Angela, would you propose to a man that you love?
That's a hard no for me. No, I would not. I am very much today's woman. I'm very much a woman's woman and all of that. And I agree, love is love. But there are some things that I like about being old school. And that's one of them. I like, I'm the kind of girl, I don't chase guys. I like when they call me first. I mean, once we're in the relationship a lot, I'll call you, a lot. But early on, I'm real old school with it, and I like it. I like it like that. Yeah, I mean, it takes me a long time to, I mean, I go real slow with everything, with the, being physical. What'd you say?
I'm still old school. I feel I'm the queen. And he's the king. So
that's right.
Get on your knees and propose to me. But I'm saying.
So you like the guy to do it.
Yeah, it's just changing.
It's changing. And that's my question.
I can't be
my
the queen,
question. That's right. And even though, and I agree with you, Laverne is saying things are changing. People are doing things differently. I'm saying that is, while that is true, is that something that needs to change? Or, do the guys who are on here, I mean, do you feel like maybe that's a little bit too much, or are you good with it? Isabella said, I like it old school. George said, ditto with the old school. Danny, what do you think? Oh, my Aunt Roxy. She is so beautiful. Hey, Aunt Roxy. What do you think, Aunt Roxy? Are you good with the women? Do you want to see your niece getting on her one knee and proposing to some guy?
No.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, but
my granddaughter, when she's older, proposing to someone, no.
Why not? And so, okay, so those who say no, why not? Donna.
Because again, I probably am more old-fashioned, and there's some things that, we need to stay in our roles. And that is the role of a man, that he courts you while you're dating, like you were talking, to slow. He should definitely take the lead. And then if the relationship is building, he still should be taking the lead. And so when it comes to the proposal, then to me, it seems so naturally that he would get down on his knees and ask you to marry him. But
I like that answer. I like your answer. Yeah.
And that's, and to me, love is a journey. It's a journey. And you have to love and accept people in the journey it took them to become who they are. Not who you want them to be, but who they are. And a lot of times we get into relationships. Yeah, and we have an idea of who we want them to be, not accepting who they are. So I think, we can't come in and change. We can come in and improve and enhance and make it better, but we can't change. If that person loves you enough and there needs to be a change, then they will change because they love you, but not because you think.
And because they want to change. Yeah.
That's right. You can't do that. That's God's work.
That's God's work. And again, I mean, and women are guilty of this, especially more than guys. We'll get with someone who, maybe they don't check a lot of the boxes, but we feel like, you know what, I can change him. I can make him into this. No, you cannot. What you see is what you get. And if you can accept that, then that's your guy. If not, keep it moving, sister. Because he's not going to change, and nor, right? I mean, nor should you try to change him. That's not cool. I don't want some guy getting with me and feeling like, don't try to change me either. It took me a few years to create this person. I'm good with who I am. I mean, there might be some changes where I need to grow. You can help me with that. And that's a whole different thing. Danny said, that's too much. I'm old school too. If a woman asks me to marry her, I will run. Okay. He's like, no, I am not here for that proposal. Stephen, no, that's the job of a man. Like she said, gender roles are important. And you know what, Donna, you said, and that's so key. You said, gender roles, that's, building up to like him courting, and that kind of, it all kind of falls in line. So I'd like to ask both of you ladies, as well as those who are on with us, to comment. women are coming into our power. I mean, there's so many women who are bosses, like my two guests here tonight on Pillow Talk. Bosses, clearly bosses. But do you think a lot of us blur those lines when we get home? I ask that because a lot of men complain that their wife or their significant other, who is running things in corporate America, when she comes home, she doesn't allow him to lead because she's so accustomed to running things, you know what I mean, in her world at work. Do you think that?
I mean, me running my business, which I've been married before, I still, when I got home, and I still have to honor him as my husband, as the man that takes the lead. So even though I may be running my company, when I'm home, when I'm in his presence, I have to allow him to be the man and allow him to lead. I would think it would be disrespectful to him if I'm now trying to be the boss at home and at work. No.
Yeah.
I just feel like, again, it goes back to the roles that we play. And I want to honor and respect him. And even when I think of it from when they talk about submitting to your husband, I think that is a part of it. You have to learn, even though you could be the decision maker over here, then you have to allow him to be who he is, and you submit. Are you talking about okay? I'm saying
no, but from a biblical standpoint, and there's power in that. I think, again, especially, what if you're in this situation where you're married or, in a long-term relationship, whatever your personal relationship is, and you're making a lot more than your man. A lot of women it's difficult to adjust and say, okay, I'm going to submit to you. A lot of women feel like, look, I'm making all the money in here. I'm calling the shots. And it's problematic just because of the way we're hardwired.
And I've experienced that before in a relationship before, and it can work. I just think that it goes back to that man having the confidence and the maturity of knowing, and you having him feel secure in the role, regardless of the fact you're making more money. But if he's not secure about himself, it won't matter how much you try to make him feel confident and secure. It has to come from within him. And if he doesn't have that, the relationship will not work.
Yeah. That's no matter who's making the money, right? I mean, if somebody is, because that'll play out in some really negative ways, right? Mama Laverne, what do you say about all this?
I say that we have to work together. And so in my experience, once I come into the home, I'm going to do the things I'm supposed to do as the partner. I'm going to go ahead and cook for us. I'm going to wash for us. I'm going to do the things that I'm supposed to do as the partner.
As a helpmate.
And if they want to sit in, the male sits and watch the football and watch the games. I'm in there cooking and getting things ready for them. And one little tidbit I found through my years with a partner is that I'm not going to be the one who complains. I'm going to work with him. And I have been in the presence of women that when the partner says, oh, I want to watch the game, the fellas going out, I learned he liked to play tennis. Golf. I learned about golf. I learned about football. I learned
that is such, yes.
Sometimes he don't want to be with the boys. So when he want to be with me, I can talk to him about golf. I can talk to him about fishing. I can talk to him about baseball, and he's comfortable.
I love this.
Well, we are enjoying it together.
Yeah.
Oh, you go with why you got to go with the boys? When he say he wants to stay home, now I'm ready.
I'm ready.
There you go. You're talking about true partnership, and I love that. You want to go out with your boys, go on. But if you want to hang with me, we can still do the things you want to do,
We can
things
talk
you
about
like to do. Yes, got my clubs in the back seat.
All right.
I got my clubs.
We go out to the baseball game, but when he want to say, let's stay home, we stay home, and I watch the baseball game. We talk about it. I know the players. He know the players. And if just ask for a good reason. Ask for a good reason.
Yes.
But I think
You know what? That's a good word.
Open mind. Open heart and open mind.
Open heart and open mind. And I love what you guys are saying in the comments section too. Danny, just let the man be the man. We all have different roles in relationships.
Amen.
I don't care if my woman makes more money than me. Well, go ahead. Stephen, true. He has to be confident or it's a wrap. Honor and respect is earned. That is so true. DL Spear, it is nice that even though Miss Richardson is successful, that she still has the presence of mind to respect her husband's position in the household. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, you know, you both, Jazz Spear says, how are you? Are you talking to all of us? We're good. How you doing? We're good over here. Yes. Yes, and we're sending love from the DMV. I am so happy that the three of us are together on this platform. And this is such an important. It does. I mean, so just to give a little history, Donna, you know, used to live in this area, in the Washington, D.C. area. And, you know, she's always been a big star. I mean, you know, I mentioned Buns of Steel, but she had these like Nike contracts and, you know, representing women in fitness, you know, and she'd do all these training things. And, you know, on my platform, I'd always have her like in Baltimore. Do you remember, Donna, the show I had you on? You were on there a couple times. And then you took me out to a gym one day and I was in your world. It's like, oh my God, you had me working out like crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? You were so supportive because at that time, you know, I was the only African-American in the health and fitness.
You were the only one I knew of. You were the only one. And
so
they would say, Black women don't work out. Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter which age, which nationality, which shape, which size, you know, being healthy is for all people. And especially now, we're in a health pandemic. So I'm like, there is no way you can give me an excuse anymore. We're in a health pandemic. So I don't know what time and what will it take, but all of us need to take better care of ourselves now. Even if you didn't do it yesterday or a year ago, right now, make a commitment and take better care of yourself.
And Angela,
one of the things, yes.
At 81, she's down doing her exercise. So, Mom, are you going to come in and do some exercise? I don't know, Donna. Oh, it's a bicycle in here. You can come on in. So now every night I'm coming in, I'm on the bicycle, I go 15, then I can come in the next night, Mom, we push it to 20. Okay, Don, I'm pushing it to 20. And now it's okay. I'm in there with her every evening.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. You know what? I'm loving it too. I love that you're doing it. And you know what goes along with the working out is healthy eating. And I heard that everybody wanted to hang at Mama Laverne's house because she was always cooking up something really good. Let's talk about that. You know, I mentioned early on that you two got together. You've got this amazing new product. So tell us all about how this came about.
So I'm going to go back to how Chicken and Waffles started, because that is, you know, a lot of people don't know, but it started during the Harlem Renaissance. In the 1930s, there was the Welsh Supper Club in New York, where Sammy Davis
So it
Jr.
didn't start at Roscoe's.
It didn't start at Roscoe's, and it didn't start with the Dutch, okay, in Pennsylvania. It started in Harlem at the Supper Club, and this became a very popular dish. And Roscoe's and all Gladys Knight and everyone else found out about the dish, put their own twist to it, and then that's when it just started to roll out in different cities. And that's the origin of Chicken and Waffles. For us,
did not know that.
At my grandmother's table, after church, we would go to my grandmother and we'd have like brunch. We have all this good food and we have fellowship and, you get to share, you get to bond, play cards, dance. And my grandmother passed away and we're like, oh my God, because we were like that soul food family, right? And then my mother,
like the movie.
Yes, my mother stepped up and said, okay. And so we started now meeting with her, gathering at her table. And by this time, she done put her foot all up in that chicken and waffles. And so she started traveling coast to coast. She was cooking for family and from friends and for celebrities. You've been cooking for a long time. It's been about 25 years.
Yes.
And
yes.
It was a labor of love for her. She didn't charge. She just showed up and cooked. And that's how it started to happen. And eventually we did get a couple of offers to license it to a restaurant, to even partner with Harold's Chicken in Chicago. But it wasn't what God wanted us to do. And so eventually we just started thinking, what else can we do with it? And we were here, cooking it. And one of my friends, I remember saying to her, I went in her pantry and said, how can you have this? And it was a mix that you just add water. She goes, because I don't have your mom's. And I went, Angela, never ever did think about it as a product, right? So I'm doing research now, and the pandemic hits. And that changed everything, because now we can't get out to cook. I'm now mixing it up, and my mother we're putting it in Ziploc bags and mailing it out. Then I was cooking it for those in Dallas, and they would do a love drive-by and pick it up at the front door.
Wow.
And then we continue to work on the product, hired a food scientist, a co-packer, spice company.
Wow.
And basically what you have is love and legacy packaged in this chicken seasoning and waffle and pancake mix.
Oh, so my goodness.
Yeah. That's how.
Well, you know what? I love the story. I didn't know the backstory, and it just makes me feel so good that it's come from this long line. And, as we said earlier, I mean, I don't eat chicken. I haven't eaten it since I was 12 years old, but I do eat fish and I do eat a lot of vegetables. And you were telling me that that's okay. I mean, you can use this same to make like a tempura or what?
Yeah, you can use the chicken seasoning for your different vegetables and fish and meat and seafood. You could do a tempura, or you can roast it in the oven and put the seasoning with the oil and roast it in the oven. That's Mama Laverne.
That's Mama Laverne. I love this. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking, I wish my mom and I had a business together. That's got to be so just rewarding to be able to do this together. Mama Laverne, to do this with your daughter, and Donna to do this with your mom. I mean, so for people like me who are in the DMV, where can I purchase something like this? I mean, are you online, or, where do I find it?
We just launched
it on Amazon. And I just had my hair all fixed, and I'm in there and I'm wearing my mask and Mama Laverne's Chicken Waffles. And so another young lady says, well, how can I order this? I said, just go on, it's a sale. I said, just go on to Amazon, Mama Laverne's Chicken and Waffles. She picks her cell phone up, I've already ordered one. I said, well, thanks for the support.
I didn't even know it was you.
Yeah. When you get on your sale and go right to
Amazon, Mama Lavern's Chicken and Waffles. We got a little tap, and there you are. You can go ahead and order.
Yeah. And we're the first.
I'm putting it in there right now.
Right. We're the first to package it together.
Yes.
Tell them about that.
The packaging together, I want it to be like homemade waffles. And I want to, when you go into the store, they have the flour mix one place, And then you have to go somewhere else maybe to get the chicken flour seasoning. And I didn't want them walking over the stores trying to find my product, our product. And so we packaged it together.
And didn't know that we were the first.
And we were the first.
Wow.
So now you package with your chicken seasoning and a package for your waffle and pancake flour. So you don't have to go nowhere. Just pick it up and go home and cook.
Yeah, because you may not
pick it up, go home and cook.
So all we do is say, hey, you want some love delivered? Go to Amazon and we'll deliver that love right at your door.
Yes.
And what's really cool is that when you pre-mix it, it only takes you 15 or 20 minutes to make, whereas chicken and waffles would take an hour. But because
that's what's up.
Now you're adding some milk and butter and some eggs to the mix.
Yeah.
You got homemade from scratch like your grandmama used to make it.
Ooh, yes. And for someone like me, I'm doing it myself because I guess real talk, since I might as well just be honest, I don't do a whole lot I live alone. I don't do a whole lot of fancy cooking. I mean, when I do, I enjoy it, but I'm not going to from scratch make, and it's not going to turn out the way you cook. Let's just be honest. So it's good to have something like this. Yeah.
Makes it very easy, and it doesn't take a lot of time, because what's the difference in adding water where you have no flavor and adding a few ingredients that you have in your refrigerator, and you've got homemade waffles, homemade pancakes, and some good fried chicken. And we also have a recipe for oven fried. And
a recipe for oven fried.
They can do fried.
Yes. I have a feeling you guys, you're just getting started. And, you mentioned something earlier, Donna. You said you're just getting started. And, God's timing is everything. That's my feeling. And it seems like your timing is right now. And a lot of, people, the world is finally realizing that it's time to really support Black businesses. So, this is your time.
You said something about timing. One of my friends says, "Oh, Laverne, why you at 81? You out here putting a product out?" I say, "You're never too old."
Thank you.
You can always
Thank you.
be creative and do the things you want to do.
Amen.
You know what? And honestly,
the chicken at 65.
Thank you. And you can do it at 81, and it gives you a lot more legitimacy, for lack of a better word. You know what I mean? Right. Somebody would feel a lot more comfortable with someone who's 81, who's been cooking a long time. They know it's going to be good. They already know. Yeah.
And
my gosh.
I would say that, it's exciting but humble, because we've gone through a lot to get here during the pandemic last year at this time. My cousin died. 2 friends died of COVID-19.
Oh,
my mom
so sorry.
was sick for 5 months with severe bronchitis. My brother had 2 strokes. I had a knee injury, and I'm still recovering. I'm learning how to walk again. But
I had no idea.
Yeah, I got a knee brace on, and I'm just learning to walk again. Now, think about this. I've climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I've done marathons and 200-mile relays, and this knee injury has basically kept me immobile. And now, through physical therapy and rehab, I'm learning how to walk again, and I'm going to be active. And I think the positive motivation has given me I feel like I'm more humble and more empathetic to people who have limitations, because I never had any. So even when I start back with health and fitness, I will be able to serve at a greater level because of all the pain and all the physical therapy and everything that I've done.
Donna, that is one of the things I love about you the most. I mean, you've always been so optimistic and encouraging, just as your mom described earlier in this conversation, that, just by coaxing her and, just not taking her far out of her comfort zone, but encouraging her gently to push a little bit more, God is going to use this injury to, like you said, you're a lot more empathetic with people who have gone through something like that. So that's just going to take what you're doing even higher to a higher level, because you're able to relate in a way that you weren't able to relate so much before. I mean, your heart was there, but you didn't have the personal experience to really get it. Now you really get it. You know what? I love talking to you ladies. This is such a great conversation. I'm sure the people who are here in the comments section are enjoying it. Just, I put up here, go to Amazon and just put in Mama Laverne's Chicken and Waffles, and that'll take you right where you need to be. And you can they're just a click away. One of these days it's going to be, it's going to be in all of our stores. I don't know if I'm able to talk about that yet, but go into the stores.
We got a call from the CEO of ShopRite a couple of weeks ago because
goodness.
People in Philadelphia went to his stores and says, "How come you don't have Donna's Mama Laverne's Chicken Waffles?" And they're like, "We didn't know." And the CEO called me up. So starting July, they're going to be our first store. We're going to have Mama Laverne's Chicken and Waffles on the shelves, and then from there, it'll go across the country.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations! It's all God. It's all God. Yes. Yes, he will all the time. And it's about, it's about being open to hear him and being obedient. And that's what you two are doing. I'm so proud. And wait on him. Wait on him. And at your young 81 years of age, Mama Laverne, it's your time. And young, 58 years old, this new chapter has just begun. I mean, God says, I'm going to make a chapter better than that last chapter.
And here to be able to hand it down to the next generation.
And I will hand it down to the next generation.
Yes.
And scaling the business for generational wealth, but also generational health.
Yes.
It's so beautiful. I love that. You are just kicking out these gems. We're live right now. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, but it's just going to live on those pages. And Sunday night we'll be on Pillow Talk with Angela on WHUR and Sirius XM. I just want to thank you all for joining us in the comments. And of course, Donna Richardson, I've had love for you for many years, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm so happy to meet you, Mama Laverne. I see where her beauty comes from. Thank you so much. Next time I'm in Dallas, I'm coming over for some waffles. I just invited myself.
See, we're prepared for you.
Oh, yes, come over. I am here for it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Continued success. And I thank you. We'll come back. When I know these doors are just now opening. As it gets, a little bit further along, we'll come back and you'll give us an update. Yeah?
Wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Support.
Yes.
Oh, always. Always.
And those that are on.
Oh, yeah. Listen, also, when you guys go to Amazon, this is what you look for. This is the packaging. So if it doesn't look like that, it's some imposter. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us on Pillow Talk with Angela. We will be back every Wednesday live at 5. And again, thank you to our very special guests, Donna Richardson and Mama Laverne. Have a great night, everybody.
You have a great night.